Are you Khem? The voice cut through the quiet room. Khem flinched, startled, unsure if he had heard correctly. Yes, that's me, sir, he replied, his voice barely above a whisper. A calm command followed. Come closer. Khem hesitated, blinking rapidly, uncertainty clouding his eyes. Then with careful, almost trembling steps, he moved forward. Slowly, he knelt, hands clasped, bowing his head in deference before the master seated above him. He dared not look up. Jet, standing beside him, tried to suppress a smile at Khem's extreme caution. Earlier, before this meeting, Jet had warned him, never meet the master's gaze for more than 3 seconds. He hadn't explained why, but Khem never questioned anything Jet said. Obedience was instinct. Pharan, the master, observed silently, unbothered by Khem's obvious fear. His mind, however, was elsewhere, focused on the words of a ghost, Madame Ramphone. But I'll tell you this, your grandfather's magic can't do anything to me. The ghost knew Khem's lineage intimately, even his real name. Pharan's curiosity was piqued. He wanted to confirm something. Show me the thing around your neck, he said, voice calm but commanding. Khem's hands trembled as he reached for the sacred thread necklace. He hesitated, startled by the tone. Yet he complied, holding it up, eyes closed, offering it for inspection. Jet's lips twitched. He had never seen someone look so terrified and adorable at the same time. Pharan leaned closer, inhaling the faint scent of incense mingled with Khem's nervousness. The amulet glowed faintly in the dim light, a tiger-hide talisman. One of only 3 in existence, blessed by Pharan's grandfather. Pharan's memory drifted 16 years into the past. His grandfather, a renowned exorcist, traveled across provinces, confronting spirits and curses. On one visit, he had encountered a family in Kankanaburi, a father, a mother, and a young child. The child's life was cursed fragile, constantly teetering on the edge of death. The child's name is Khemjira, his grandfather had said, holding the boy gently. He has a rough fate, but... He chuckled softly. I cannot leave him so. Pharan, young and impressionable, had frowned. Grandpa, didn't you say we shouldn't interfere with karmic debts? His grandfather nodded solemnly. Yes, but when you see suffering so innocent, pity overrules caution. If you can help, you help. He had gifted the boy a tiger claw amulet, a charm infused with blessings to shield him from the curse. Years passed. The grandfather aged, weakened by the strain of protecting others, and eventually passed away, leaving a final warning etched in Pharan's memory. Be a white magician, not a black one. Do not meddle in others' karmic affairs, unless you wish to suffer as I have. Pharan set the amulet down, returning to the present moment. Khem's small hands fidgeted nervously, his heart pounding. On a low table before him, a pottery jar inscribed with intricate runes waited. The master's voice was steady, almost gentle now. The spirit in this jar is your mother? Khem's breath caught. His eyes widened, disbelief and hope mingling in equal measure. Mom? He whispered. Pharan inclined his head slightly. She has been with you all along. Weak in power, yes, but she has stayed because of her pure love for you. Khem's tears welled up. Every moment of fear and loneliness he had endured seemed to converge in this revelation. The merit accumulated by your mother while alive, combined with the protective amulet you have worn since childhood, kept her safe. She could not be taken by other spirits, not yet. Khem sense trembled as he looked at the jar, the air around it pulsing with quiet energy. But the magic in your talisman has faded, Pharan. Now she survives only because someone has been sending her merit and kindness. Khem's mind raced. It had to be the abbot, his father figure in the temple. He had been the one maintaining the fragile thread of protection that kept his mother from being swept away. Pharan's gaze turned firm. Listen carefully, Khem. The ghost that has been your nemesis is growing stronger. If your mother continues to linger around to protect you, it will not be long before this spirit targets her. Khem's chest tightened. The realization struck him hard. His mother's presence, though comforting, put her life at risk. The dream he had earlier that morning, the one he had dismissed as mere fantasy, suddenly made sense. Danger was real. Swallowing hard, Khem bowed deeply, tears flowing freely. "Thank you, Master, for saving my mother," he said, voice choked with emotion. Pharan remained silent. The acknowledgement was unnecessary. Action mattered more than words. Khem's thoughts swirled. Fear, gratitude, guilt. The weight of responsibility pressed heavily on him. He had been shielded all these years, yet now he understood the stakes. The amulet around his neck was no longer just a charm, it was a lifeline, a fragile thread connecting him to his mother and the legacy of his grandfather's power. Pharan's presence was unwavering, his expression unreadable. But Khem felt the weight of his guidance. He would need courage, patience, wisdom, and perhaps above all, a heart willing to face darkness without turning to revenge. In that quiet room, under the watchful gaze of the master, Khem realized that destiny was no longer something distant. It was here, in the amulet, in the jar, and in the choices he would have to make. The journey ahead would be perilous. Ghosts, curses, and shadows of the past awaited him. Yet, for the first time, Khem felt a spark of hope. A determination to protect the one who had loved him unconditionally, his mother. And so, with a deep breath, he prepared to face whatever darkness loomed, knowing that he was not alone. In that quiet room, under the watchful gaze of the master, Khem realized that destiny was no longer something distant. It was here, in the amulet, in the jar, and in the choices he would have to make. The journey ahead would be perilous. Ghosts, curses, and shadows of the past awaited him. Yet, for the first time, Khem felt a spark of hope, a determination to protect the one who had loved him unconditionally, his mother. And so, with a deep breath, he prepared to face whatever darkness loomed, knowing that he was not alone. As the dust settled and the quiet returned, remember, every choice you make, every small act of courage, has the power to change your path. Just like Khem, sometimes the greatest strength comes from the love and protection of those who believe in us, even when we can't see them. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of Khemjira's journey. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What would you do if you were in Khem's place? And if you want to support the channel, turn on notifications so you'll always be the first to experience new adventures, mysteries, and tales of courage. Every click, every comment, and every view helps keep these stories alive. Thank you for being part of this journey, and remember, the spirits of the past may guide us, but it's our choices today that shape tomorrow. Stay curious, stay brave, and we'll see you in the next chapter.